Hello, everybody. We are back once again with NXN in the new information desk. And I just wanted to talk today about my thoughts so far on WWE 2K. The good, the bad, the ugly, the other, I guess. I am coming from a place of positivity on this, meaning that any criticisms leveled at the game, the marketing, any of that, will all be constructive. Like, I will be offering alternatives and different ideas and sort of little tweaks that could be made to make things better. I mean, the new gameplay trailer, the Booyaka gameplay trailer, looked smooth as butter. Let's be honest here. Apart from, you know, the things are like, oh, Charlotte Flair looks weird. Maybe that's lighting. I don't know. You know, we're not going to find out until we see more of her. Rey, I didn't actually talk about this last time, but Rey Mysterio being the 2K showcase, brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant. Rey is overdue that love, in my opinion. That and who else is left at the minute? I mean, you know, in a couple of years, you could do a Roman one, a Brock one, a Goldberg one, you know, but for here and now, Rey Mysterio, perfect choice. The announcement of cross-platform and what that means, because I'm planning on playing on PC, and realistically, the community creation side on PC isn't that great. So cross-platform is great. Now, don't get me wrong, the modding community on PC is insane. Looking into the future, I don't think we're going to get that flexibility that we had previously. 2K20 didn't have much in the way of mods outside of file replacements. So you could replace some of the music files, so you could add in some custom music. You could replace some of the troms. And given that there were double ups, you kind of had a bit of breathing room, but not much. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that, you know, modding can still be a thing to some degree, even if it's just that base off 2K20. You know, I hope they don't close the door entirely. I did see somebody asking about the potential of mods being on consoles. Now, because of how they're made, like I said, with this whole, you know, they basically changed the programming and kind of a lot that goes on under the hood. It wouldn't be possible to say, make a perfect mod and then put it on community creations. It wouldn't quite work that way. So just to clear that one up. Now we got to get to the marketing, which is, I think, an important one. You know, and I think it's important that we acknowledge a few things going in here. First of all, me and everybody else covering this game, we're talking Assemble, you know, I don't want to miss anybody out on this, you know, Smack Talks, all the rest of that, all those big names covering it. We are older people. We're those guys who have, you know, the sort of audience that I'm seeing floating around on social media are the same ones that go into the forums and argue which one is better, AEW or WWE. We're not here to have that argument, by the way. So long as wrestling is wrestling and wrestling is good, I'm a happy man. So the marketing isn't targeted at us. They know we've already pre-ordered. So on this one, they're trying something different. They're trying to, obviously they're marketing to kids, so actually having the wrestlers showcase and turn up and do a short little promo and then show off the stats, good idea. The stats idea came from NBA and various other franchises, but number two has to try a little harder after WWE 2K20. Unfortunate, but true. And there are a few little ways that you can do this. First of all, with each DLC release, you could even hold back on content on this and kind of stagger it, but market it in a better way. You know, you could give some create a character sections, you know, a couple of items of clothing for free. A free arena, although 55 arenas apparently at launch. That's pretty good. You could also do a slightly better job of centralizing your information. I mean, Twitter would be ideal for this. You know, there are people who are looking up on the game, are curious about it. They don't know certain things. They don't know 8-player online is going to be a thing. They don't know that you'll be able to upload image renders so the matchup screens will actually be able to have photos that you've uploaded into them to keep like the outfits up to date and things like that. You know, people don't know this information. Most people don't know this information. It's just us psychopaths that do. I mean, I understand obviously you've got your exclusivity with your Operation Sports that did that interview with Brian Mystique, which was brilliant. But, you know, give it a couple of days, let everybody get their videos up, because every YouTuber and content creator on this at the minute is pretty much like, ooh, there was a one sentence paragraph, let's do a new video. And I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just kind of going to be bullet pointing as we go along. Once all that buzz is out of the way, then drop it on Twitter. Let everybody know. Drop it on your Facebook post. These are all things that could be done. You know, address the uncertainty, address the elephants in the room. One of those they've actually recently done, as I'm recording this, it was today, they did their gameplay reveal, which I thought was fascinating, because you had things that were shown on screen that probably a different company wouldn't have shown. You know, you saw glitches through the ropes. You saw the infamous rope physics live and in charge. You saw a couple of little hiccups here and there where the physics wasn't quite great. But I'd rather they actually went up and went, look, this is the quality representing the actual game, rather than fobbing us off with a very cleverly edited video that hid all that. I'd rather know. Because it levels your expectations. You know this isn't going to be, oh my god, it's not going to be a God of War caliber game. It's not. But it has potential to be really, really good and really, really fun. I like how they've lent into the fighting game aspect more in line with traditional fighting games. Killer Instinct was one that came to mind immediately on the new combo system, because you would break combos by matching the button with the other one. So if your opponent does a heavy attack and you push the heavy attack button, then you'll break the combo. I'd like it to be able to be read, like you could read the move. You've got a half a second or something once the move starts to then trigger the counter. So it'd be more of a reading mentality, and it'd be interesting to see what happens online with that. The lower view, I mean, a lot of the camera stuff I actually really liked. I loved how they did the outside transition when they transitioned to wrestling outside the ring. I liked that weird little sort of isometric almost camera that they had. That was really clever. But the in-ring camera, I can see people missing grapples by not being vertically aligned, which I think is why the camera used to be so high up, was to get that kind of 3D element. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on that. I mean, I am planning on covering the game. I've asked for a copy of the game on Rainmaker, which is a key requesting website from content creators and things like that. I won't be pre-ordering if I don't get a key. I want to wait until release, mainly because I don't like pre-ordering anyway. Now, don't get me wrong, we have plenty of time to get more information. We have IGN FanFest announced that they were doing something. I'm fairly sure that these ringside reports that they're doing, there's probably going to be one a week focusing on different things. So that one week might be focusing on my factions, things like that, which I think that's the right move to kind of zero in, right? Okay, straight out of the gate, everybody's asking for gameplay. Here's gameplay. Here's even some entrances thrown in. I'm excited for it. I understand the trepidation from a lot of people, but me personally, I'm really excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I realize that some of my words have been a bit sort of, but I think it's wise to be a cautious consumer in this day and age. I think that's just sort of a natural part of it. I think that gameplay reveal today was a huge step in the right direction, as well as certain little things like the showcase footage they showed. They corrected the referee because it was one of the referees wearing a black shirt, but at that Mania it was a SmackDown official, so it was the old SmackDown blue shirts. And the fact that they could do that sort of replacement that quickly, I think was a really, really good touch. I think that's a really good sign to take away, is that they are going to be supporting going forward. I like this concept of them trying to keep things up to date, because let's be honest, that isn't easy for them at all. With all the releases over the past year and things like that, they must have been bashing their heads against the wall, and I understand and appreciate that. So yeah, all in all, very excited. Let's see what they reveal next. Until next time, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. And as always, take care. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.